Alrighty, I think this is active. I'm gonna not go through the entire thing that I did last time, but I do want to briefly cover in like a just a midway uh, point. I know for the last video I did not have volume. That's unfortunate. So I will quickly run through this, and I don't think there's anything too important in these two missions that I talked about. I do want to mention that I was able to get the Kuroka Spear, and you can see that through the hidden tea house. My glory went down, and yeah. So what ended up happening was that I got the Kuroka Spear, and I also got another +1 weapon, and I merged the +1 weapon with the Kuroka Spear, and then I merged my uh, Bone Pile Spear that I was using previously to the Kuroka Spear. I got a +2. So it's about 50 to 60 damage extra, I think. And then I soul matched it to a higher, I think it's soul core, and then I soul matched the soul core to another soul core that had the attack +4. Uh, it's not gonna matter too much. Uh, Strong attack key damage because I do use a lot of strong attacks. Backstab damage, so this applies to every attack when you are behind the target. Grapple damage when you grapple, and this is a pretty terrible inherit, but until I get an inherit that's worth it, it'll be okay. I also got a new bow because my bow was needing upgraded, and then I, I ended up making an offering with all my other gear to the shrine, and I got just enough experience to put 1 point in skill to unlock the armor, and the rest in magic to hit 30. So now I can have 30 of 30. However, I realized that um, I actually unlocked Sanctity Talisman, and I ended up leveling up Lightning Break and Fire Break, and I will be revising that. So we're gonna go to the dojo, and it says reset skills. You press Y. My samurai is good. I might do my shifling, but first we're gonna do ninjutsu, and we'll redo Omnio. Um, we'll redo spear, and I don't know how my shifling looks. I did get these two. That's what I was worried about. Couldn't remember if I got it. Yeah. So everything else looks good. So now we'll go and level up some stuff. So spear shove, twisting spear is good. Flourish. We want to get fatal thrust. Water wheel's a good second option. Pull the herds decently sometimes. Uh, Spear bash is good. We'll go ahead and grab tornado. And then everything else really doesn't matter. Twirl's alright. I can probably use it just to show you what happens. It's just a parry, and there's better parries. Uh, Probably won't touch it. Rainbow Ruse, I don't really like it. I'll use it when I get oh the second divine set when I go on the second difficulty or the third difficulty rather. Uh, then Zidance gives a versatility thing, and that makes it somewhat useless or somewhat useful. Get those feathers maxed out. I will be using a lot of feathers. Get the eagle eye out. Stun arrow is actually a pretty strong combo early on with that. That's actually really good too. And if there's anything else that's kind of worthwhile right now. That's actually not that good. Let me do that. I done goofed. So reset. I thought I was getting a little too generous with stuff that I got. So definitely hit this. Max out the feathers. Fragility is really, really good. We will go ahead and grab that because that will increase fire and poison damage. And then we'll go ahead and go point in that. What else? This is actually a pretty decent one, the bomb making, but we don't need it yet. Poison resist. I'll just do this dash because it's decent. This next. Or that next. Now, as far as Nioh, let's not make the same mistake. And grab this. You definitely want that very first. Now I'm going to max out Sanctity Talismans. They are amazing. The max out Purification Talismans. Quite a bit different. And then grab this. Really strong. Yokai and Dark Armor Resistance plus 15. Now, as far as anything else goes, the breaks are really good, but I probably will do the barrier. I haven't been really using a lot of Sacred Water this playthrough. I know I used it a lot on my last playthrough, but I just haven't been using it. I'll go ahead and grab Extraction. Extraction's really strong. Yeah. Hmm. Resistance is actually really good too. I'll put a point in resistance. And then I think that's it. Hmm. Actually, I'm gonna reset Omnia one more time. I know. Sorry. My gold is running out too, so probably the last time I'll do it. grab this first. Grab Sanctity next, because I just have a lot of Sanctity. Upgrade my barrier. Upgrade my purification, talismans. Upgrade extraction. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything stupid. Guardian Spirits are really strong later. Don't need it right now though. Put 2 points on this, and 2 points on this. Resistance is really good when I'm not using Sanctities because it gives you immunity, basically, to the entirety of poison and paralysis, which is way better than lightning stops, in my opinion, because unlike unlike the lightning stops and the water stops and the fire stops, which giving you a plus 40 resistance, so it's giving you quite a bit of 40% damage mitigation to that element. You still can take damage of that element until you hit 100% elemental immunity, which is it's very specific build to do so. So, and then what else do I have real quick? I wrote a few things down. Yeah, so as far as like Yuki goes, I have tested it in the depths. Um, it is pretty strong. I always thought it was a pretty shit yokai ability because the actual attack is not very good. It is good if you're attacking quite a lot of things at once. So if like humans start coming at you, you can use Gyuki and it'll pretty much break all of their guards and put them out of key. And it will always apply uh, poison, which poison's really strong in specific circumstances. Early on, it's insanely strong, but it starts to fall off. Enemies get, I don't want to say more resistant to it. The duration runs out faster in higher difficulties, but it is still very strong. Okay, going to redo this mission quite a little bit and just speed run through until the last two bosses. Upgrade my, or not upgrade my, set my ninjutsu and omnia and stuff. So, okay, and that's it for ninjutsu. Now, for this. I'm setting 3 because if you hit, the way the cost works is 3.3. So if you get 3, it'll cost 10. Or, yeah, 10. And if you go 4, it's going to cost 14. So I just do 3 for now. Occasionally, it's worth putting on for the extras, but as of now, I'm just going to go with the cost ratio. and 3 works fine. I do like protective. Um, it's actually one of the easiest ways to get the the not getting hit titles. You can if you do certain enemies without getting hit, um, you will get a title, mainly bosses and stuff. Anyways, like I said, we're going to speedrun. By speedrun, I mean just skip most of this stuff. I have an upgraded bow, so that helps quite a bit there. Make sure when you do that, you don't go in there, otherwise you will fall. The roof is dilapidated. Reapply catwalking. I guess we might as well get that. Oh, I guess he doesn't give us anything. I thought he did.
陶吉王の力ですっかり良くなったはずなのじゃが本人いつの間にやら
My stealth is gone because the lantern. It's alright though. We'll play it safe because I don't want everything to find me. I believe if you skip through the dark zone, the lantern will spot you and kill your stealth. So. Reapply. There is a cat I missed right there. It'll be okay. Don't need to skip this. I think these things will still spot you, so perfect. Before we do anything, we'll take out these 2 archers and make your job a lot easier. two archers, two snipers. Sorry, it's a different controller. I'm currently away from home and I have a travel setup that's a little different from what I use at home. And just like that, that's easy. We'll go ahead and grab the extra ammunition. I'm sure these do drop. And be good. And it's, of course, since there's a Kuroka here, I'm going to try to see if I can't get um, the weapon set to drop. Not a big deal. Now there's a lantern right there. It will wake up if we get too close to it. So, and it will alert everybody that we're here and not hiding if we get too close to it. So be careful of the glowy thing. Didn't get it. It's not a big deal. It disappeared because it got too far away from the dark zone. Purified weapon. Go ahead and re-stealth. Oh shit, I forgot. Got to kill the Biwabuku. Yep, and that's what happens if you don't kill the Biwabuku. Awesome. There's a Geki right there. Apparently I woke it up. Okay. We'll go ahead and pop an inspiration gem. A nice guy. As you can see, last game, it's kind of a pain to deal with. So Now, this die doesn't disappear. Apparently the grave did, though. Okay. And because we are just rehashing everything we just did, I'll go ahead and use a clay bell of reckoning. It's gonna help a little bit. Okay. The oh yeah. Ta-da, ta-da. Oh, I can't get the key. There we go. The clay bell of reckoning cat helped way more than it looked like. Get your free item. Go ahead and stealth. Actually, there is a Kuroka real quick. Forget. One more Kuroka. We will shoot that, and then we will go to the boss. Probably want to refresh on supplies. Nothing good, as of usual. All right. And I know you won't have access to it until after this mission, but I will go ahead and show you uh, the power of Sanctity Talisman. The Yuki is actually a really good candidate to use Sanctity Talismans against. So,
いやいや、もっ
so
と深きところ。これ
a
は
couple reasons.
何
It's
者かの。
that's gonna be a waste. Okay. A couple reasons that they're good is it removes your stealth, but you can't be saturated, and you also don't get. You also don't get your key pulse bonus and stuff. So also no dark zone debuffs. Oof. It's all right because we died with the Scampus. We should still have the Scampus to use. I believe we died with the Scampus. If not, it just ran out. That's unfortunate. Still no issue. But yeah, while you get no buffs, you also have no debuffs, and that includes the Dark Realm debuff. Sanctity talismans are probably the strongest in the first two difficulties. because you don't have access to like versatility and stuff, which make a pretty significant difference. Go ahead and summon. It will make your life a little easier. Purify. Yeah. Unfortunate. I should have first countered to dodge that. I'm getting cocky because I got sanctity talismans. Let's do it. What's really good about I said earlier that sanctity talismans remove your stealth. What's really good about that is you can't be surprised when you walk into a yokai realm. Okay, okay. Having that extra person to take those hits for you, incredibly good. I turn into a yokai for the extra 20% rapid grapple damage. Now I'm gonna get two of them off. Makes a big difference. Feral is really, really strong in this fight just because he will use quite a bit of dodges, and Feral does act as a free dodge, or at least it has iframe potential in it. So if you are struggling, uh, Feral is probably the best way to go about this. And summoning a grave to take some aggro for you, very nice, especially early on. Later on, you'll be able to tank more of his hits. Yuki's actually scaled up quite a bit. It feels like his attacks do quite a bit of damage early on. You do want a heavy, heavy key damage yokai ability for when you do make him run out of key. You want to get because the way let me explain this a little better. Humans only have one key bar. Yokai have two. So with a human, obviously it's that green bar right underneath them. Once you exhaust that, you're able to do a grapple or a final blow, or if you're way later in game, you could do zero. I mean, you could do it even early on in game, but zero key combos, their potential really doesn't shine until late game. Um, Yokai have two: the purple bar and that red bar. And if you get that red bar all the way down, that's when they're in the grapple state. Otherwise, after you get that purple bar gone, they're just stagger locked. So you can zero key combo quite a bit easier on yokai, but eventually they will uh, regain their ki. And there's ways to prolong that zero key combo in yokai, and that is just by applying two elements. And these elements are as follows: you have fire, water, lightning, purity, and corruption. Poison and paralysis do not affect it. However, paralysis can actually extend it. It's it's a different thing. Um, I know a lot of people will use. I don't have it on this. Baku, and his guardian spirit has a paralysis corruption effect, and you can actually use that to stun lock Magara, the guy with the Odachi, into an endless grapple. You can just use that. He'll be paralyzed, and then you can grapple. And then as soon as he wakes up, before he can replenish his ki, because his ki recovery frames are too slow to compare to the paralysis time of Baku, you can grapple him again, and so you can get endless grapples on Megara. So that's that. Oh, and I guess I also forgot to show you. Sorry, the viability of Gyuki. So Gyuki has three things going for it. It's anima bonus to poison targets. It's damage bonus to uh, saturated targets, and where's it at? It's instant poison effects. There it is. Okay, I will have to do it on the other one. So let me show you. And it will always poison them, and they will take a fixed amount of poison damage until it wears off. The cool thing about poison is even after they wake up, it's still like from a key recovery time, it will still persist. And you can just keep reapplying it. It won't stack or do more damage, it just refreshes the poison status. So, um, the anima bonus on Gyuki does not count the poison damage. The damage over time does not make the anima. It will not give you anima. But you attacking an enemy that has poison applied to them will. Melee damage, I think this goes up to like almost 30% at in game. And I think this is pretty solid as well at in game. However, like I said, poison does tend to uh, fall off because of the duration being shorter. Other than that, it's not the best ability. And there is this that will also imbue poison for yokai abilities. Um, there really isn't too many good ones to apply poison on. However, Magetsu Warrior is also very good for it. Namahage is very good for it. The Nioh Tengu, Dancing Tengu, whatever it is also pretty good for it. Just a lot of multi-hits. Most yokai abilities that are imbued with a weapon or an element like Ippon. Well, actually, I haven't tested on Ippon, but Umuyudu, which is like the first DLC final boss on that. Well, first DLC, first in boss. It's for the first mission, anyway. It applies lightning and water. Um, it won't it won't give you poison. However, um, Nightmare Bringer, which is the end boss, will for whatever reason it will apply poison, it will apply fire, it will apply water, and it'll apply lightning. So it's one of the only abilities that I've found that really shines with Shirohami because it inflicts four different types of statuses. Granted, poison doesn't apply confusion, but it's still pretty solid. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think as far as other abilities that have multi hits that might. I don't think I have too many. Tadaramoki actually applies poison pretty well if you can get the hits off. I'm not sure about Onroki. It's kind of slow. Um, Inara does not. Inara, it does both physical and fire, and it does not apply poison. Um, Kuroka probably does not. I didn't try it. Namahage does. Not sure about Mitsu. Probably not. I think that just applies the status of the guardian spirits. One-Eyed Oni probably does if you can get the hits to land. It's one of the harder ones to do, but it does have a ton of break damage. Um, yeah. Mm, yeah, I think that's pretty much all of them. Scampus probably does if you roll. That's kind of a weird way to get it to apply, but I'm sure it works. Kamatachi probably gets it, but like I don't know. There's probably better uh, things to use than Kamatachi. Maybe you like it. Trying to think of anything else to add. But this isn't going to be a huge episode or a huge video. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Tamiya looks good. Ninjutsu looks good. Shiftling looks decent. I'd say we're in a pretty good spot to end this. I don't believe I had anything particular of note to add to the two submissions. I do know that there is um, seven hot springs, and we did get all of them. Uh, that is to unlock an achievement. That's why you had to get the seven hot springs, and you have to uh, sit in every one of them, even if they're like right next to each other. And find the mainly underworld. Uh, Nothing really to write home about there. Missing gun. It's the same thing that we did in the last couple of versions. It's got a different path to take, but other than that, that's it. So thank you for wasting your time with me. Sorry about the audio in the last episode. You guys have a great day.